your side. 6 News starts with breaking news.
The whole flood of emotions comes through, and it's like, here it's happening again. It's just a scary thought.
The thought of more flooding after last spring's devastation is making thousands of people who live along the Platte River anxious.
But it's not exactly the same as last year's flood. This time, much of the blame is on ice jams. 10 out of 10 people in Dodge County are on high alert. We brought you live breaking coverage of that flooding and some water rescues last night at 10.
It came as a surprise to everyone last night. Those jams are tenuous at best, and with the warm Sunday temps, it could change everything in an instant. And we witnessed the unpredictability firsthand during our Live at 5 newscast tonight.
What I want you to take a look at is how far the water has receded from last night. Where I'm standing right now, yesterday, water was rushing across this road. In fact, it even went about 50 yards further up.
So that's 6 News' Liliana Pearson. As she started her report a few hours ago, County Road 19 was completely clear.
But just 20 minutes later, towards the end of our newscast, our crews saw waters rise yet again. It just shows how unpredictable these ice jams can be.
See the water going back over the road? That's why emergency crews want everyone in the area to be prepared to get out in a moment's notice. The big question tonight, Live at 10, is the flooding situation worse or better?
As we just showed you, the situation in Fremont can be unpredictable. Our Liliana Pearson is on County Road 19 tonight, where we saw that water spilling over. She joins us now live. Liliana, what are you seeing?
It has been absolutely wild to see these water level change. I know that you just saw that video. That was actually right here, this water that we're looking at now. Before I was able to completely walk across this road, it was completely dry. Now in some places, it's more than ankle deep. We actually spent all day right here. We've been talking to people coming to see the flooding, people that live in the area, telling us how this flooding is bringing up a lot of anxiety for them. But a lot of this anxiety and fear is actually causing them to act. You've met Inger Kindler before.
It's happening again because it was so fresh in our mind.
Saturday, she watched ice on the Platte River behind her house break up and rush downriver to form an ice jam.
You just start shaking and it's like praying, like, God, don't let this happen and be so bad like it was last year.
The Heartland flood put her and her family out of their home for half a year. But like many others who enjoy river life, she's not letting flooding drive her away.
We know we signed up for the floods because obviously our front yard's in the river, but we love it down here and we just trudge through it.
That mentality is shared by Albert Nielsen, a riverfront property owner. He and others have formed a group to find solutions to consistent flooding.
When that river gets in your blood, you're there. I've been there all my life, kid, and believe me, when that river's in your blood, yeah.
Albert and local agencies want to find long-term fixes to problems that pop up every time it floods.
The fire department's part of the team, the Dodge County people are part of the team, the roads department, just a group of people that we come out and keep track of the river. And
to have a future on the banks of the Platte River, community members are learning how to live alongside a part of nature that is unpredictable. I talked to the Dodge County Sheriff today. He wanted to remind people that ice jams and flooding in this area are seasonable. It does usually happen about every spring, but still, after the Heartland flood, he's encouraging people to have important documents and maybe an overnight bag ready in case the unpredictable happens. On your side in Fremont, Liliana Pearson, 6 News.
Something definitely to consider, Liliana. Thanks. County Road 19 is the same spot of the water rescue last night.
2 people had to be pulled out when at least 5 feet of water surrounded their cabin. We're also learning at least 3 firefighters were injured during that rescue. Authorities tell us the first responders had to go to the hospital with injuries after their airboat was slammed into a tree by strong current.
The injuries included a dislocated knee and a deep cut on a firefighter's head. The 2 other injuries included a concussion and some bumps and bruises. We're told they're going to be okay. Now, as for the 2 people who were rescued, they too were taken to a hospital. They are also supposed to be okay.